I want you to take a look at this chart because this is going to be the basis for this video. This chart shows you buy versus sell ratio of insiders. Basically, are insiders buying more or selling more at any particular time? Now, this is the 5-year chart. As you can see, insiders are kind of good at timing the market, even though we have insider trading rules, etc., but it seems like they know what they're doing, right? Insiders. So I always pay attention to the trend. Now look, this is 2020. You can see we had twice as much more buys than sells in 2020. You know what happened in 2020, right? So now we're at a historically low level of 0.22. The lowest we ever had was 0.12 just before the 2008 crash. We're getting very close to that level right now. Sorry for the pop-up. I mean, I should buy a subscription. But basically, we're getting very, very close. Right now, we have massive insider selling. Whenever insiders are selling heavy, I get to be very, very anxious. Now, that's not the only thing I want to show you. Obviously, this is the run-up we had, 3,800 all the way to 4,160, and now we're down to 4,080. So the question is, where are we going from this juncture? I just showed you insiders are selling heavy right now. Not that it means anything, not that this is the sole way to figure out where the market is headed. It's not a crystal ball, but it's an important indicator to be aware of. Another indicator I want you to take a look at is the Buffett valuation indicator. Now, it's been kind of beaten to death, but it's a very simplistic model that actually tells you a lot about whether the market right now is high or low. It feels like the market is very cheap right now because we had a massive pullback, but looking at the Buffett indicator, it says something completely different. So basically, the Buffett indicator divides the amount of stuff we make in a year, basically our entire economy, to the S&P 500, just to see the ratio between them two, just to keep it simple. Look, the Buffett indicator is the ratio between the total United States GDP as of February 3rd, just 4 days ago, so that's fine. Basically, total market value right now is $44.5 trillion. Our GDP is $26 trillion. So basically, it means 170%. So our stock market is 170% of the stuff we make. Obviously, it's a little bit high, but how high? Look at this thing here below. This is the historical trend line. And as you can see right here, oh, wow, I used to like this guy on that show. I forgot the name of the show. He was the police officer, Reginald something. I forgot his name. Never mind. I get distracted so easily. Basically, it says, look, the average trend line for the value of the ratio is basically shown below, right? The current ratio is 170%. It's 32% more expensive than the average trend line. You can see below. So basically right now, look, on a normal year, 120% would be kind of a little bit of an expensive market. 140% was very expensive. Right now, we're at 170% S&P versus GDP. It means that the market is insanely overvalued as an aggregate, as a macro. Does it mean a crash is coming tomorrow? Not necessarily. Does it mean it's coming in a month? Not necessarily. But the market isn't as cheap as it might feel because of the latest pullbacks we had. Just something to be kind of aware of. Also, if you take a look at the CNN Fear and Greed Index, by the way, it's updated, I believe, daily, very important tool. We're very close to extreme greed. Money is flowing into the market. Be careful. They have a lot of indicators here showing you how they're calculating it. I'm not going to go through it, right? But basically, the Fear and Greed Index is right now almost at peak extreme greed. And you know what Warren Buffett said? When everybody's greedy, I'm fearful. And when everybody's fearful, I'm greedy. So another thing I want to show you is, look, household debt in the U.S. have gone through the roof. This is the chart line. This is from 2004. So you can see that the trend line we had here was quite comfortable, going slightly up every year, and then it's shut up. Look at it. 2021, poof, it flew up. Obviously, inflation hit, right? It flew up right now with obviously record-breaking numbers as far as household debt. This is the non-housing debt, and this is the housing debt. So obviously, most of it is mortgages, and you know what it means. Higher interest rates means this number is only going to go up. And this will impact directly on this. This is the personal savings rate as a percentage of your DPI, disposable personal income. Right now, we're at, I believe, at 2.9, one of the lowest historical rates we have. Basically, this means that the amount of money that people are saving compared to their disposable income is very, very low. About 3% of the disposable personal income is now going to savings versus what we had here, 26%. We had 13% just a year ago. So it went from 13% savings out of disposable personal income to 3%. So people are saving much, much less. They're spending more. They're aggregating more debt. And this is as low as numbers as we've seen probably as 2008. Look, this is 2001 numbers, 3, and then we go 2008, about 3. So every time we hit that 3 threshold, it's a very scary situation. Now, I'm not here to tell you that, everything is going to go obviously kaboom and exploding. I'm not here to sow fear. I'm just telling you, insiders are selling. Important. Fear and greed is at max, close to max. Warren Buffett indicator showing 170%, which is extremely high. Credit card debt, household debt is going through the roof, and the percentage of savings is going down to historical lows. Just something to bear in mind before you make a decision whether this is a sustainable bull run or not. Thank you so much. Before you sign up, we actually have a new promotion. Stock MVP is now free for everybody to try it for a week. No credit card information, no payment, no nothing. Try it for free for a week. The link is below. I think you'd love it. You make kids with it. Grandpa loves it. And Grandpa is now using it. It's free. See you